Wait, one second, make sure I'm recording. I should be recording now. Okay, hello and welcome back to Lake Seasons Green. Hopefully you are all doing okay today and staying safe. Well, hello and welcome back to Lake Seasons Greetings. So we're just gonna jump right back into where we last left off. I cannot remember where we last left off. You know what? Nope, I still can't remember where I last left off. But hopefully you are all doing okay today and staying safe, I tell you. We'll just continue where we last left off and try and remind myself of where we last left off. Ah yes, it was after we went fishing with Robert. It was not a bad time. He was looking for, you know, consoling for, like, you know, love and all that. I've still got to say, Robert is really not the best, you know, love interest. He's a good guy, but I don't think people should pick him. Because I feel like, you know, it's just not the right choice.
Time for the Monday morning, P.O.
It's just not the right choice. We've already talked about many times in the series.
P.O. positive or pet peeve.
Hi, Jack. KNW6 TV crews filming in P.O. yesterday with Connor Weiss. As a big fan, I just had to ask him for an autograph. He asked me for my name, but he kept calling me Linda, even after I corrected him twice. Isn't that just rude?
Well, that's a bit rude indeed, Linda. I mean, Lucinda, of course. Or my bad. The weather prediction for today, bright but chilly. Enjoy your day and the music.
108 W 3rd Street. You know what? I wish there was a sat nav in this game that would just say the names of the streets. I would find that so funny. Like, what street am I on again? Then it just tells you the street name. It has no, you know, game value, but you know, I find it funny.
Out of town for the holidays.
But why are you leaving you? It's snowing. You know the package is gonna get soaked by the time that they're gonna get back. This is what I hate, I tell you. This is what I hate. They just leave the package, expect you to be back, and it's just like totally soaked. Okay, well, let's go deliver this. I'll turn it sideways just so it's a little bit easier to get back into the vehicle. Deliver the mail. Come on, we don't have all day. I know. Why are you putting your glasses on? You know it's the right address. No need to put your glasses on. Onwards. You know what? I wonder, I tell you. Once we're done with all the packages, I wonder how far you can actually drive out in this game. Like, do you just get a, you know, wall? Probably. I just have that, you know, one sort, like, you know, mind. How far can you drive out from the map, you know, center? Probably not that far. There's so many of them, I tell you, that you just... It's really a pain in the butt how many invisible walls there are. You know, I just want to do all these fun stuff, you know, and then reset back a little bit. And then you can't even do that. Like driving on the icy lake. That's how, you know, Weiss died. Thomas. He died to driving on the ice. Crack myself up, I tell you. Remember, kids, do not drive on ice. I guess most of the mail is actually in town. And one package on the left side. Yep, most of the mail's here. They thought they were getting a package. There we go. The best parking job by any post person. Onwards. Deliver the mail.
Got such a great price on this house when the Sugarmans moved away.
It is really a nice house, isn't it? So I hate that little slat bit of roof there, because all the, you know, water might get stuck and then you just gotta have dampness through your roof. I'll probably go left and then I'll head right, I tell you.
Fancy handwriting on this one.
Yeah, that people drive, well, people write fancy. Fancy. I'm just gonna speak. People write fancy, Thomas. You said that about the last 15 a while ago. It is quite tiring hearing the same letter, you know, stuff over and over again. Like, I do quite enjoy this DLC, but my one, you know, thing is, I don't feel like there's a lot of dialogue for delivering mail. Like, you know when you gotta visit someone that's gotta have dialogue, and then most of the town's just empty. Hey, you know what? You could have some funny interactions, I tell you. Like, just put it through the mailbox, I'm in the shower. Something like that, I tell you. Well, if they ever make a third game, I tell you.
A belated
Well,
Christmas gift?
second game.
Maybe.
Have you saw where we're going into? Thomas. Thomas, you okay? Are you losing it a bit? Ah,
Hi there, ladies.
story.
Hi, Thomas.
Hello there, Kay.
Hello, Thomas.
The delivery for the diner. Well, this looks
Wow,
cozy.
this looks cozy.
It is. You just dropped in at the good part.
The good part, that's my favorite
Good
part.
part? That's my favorite part.
Well, I actually really need to get moving with the New Year's party coming up. Okay, so before I leave, we had this awesome girls' night yesterday thanks to Beth. It was hilarious. When I first saw where we were going, my brain went, oh my god. And when the guy showed us what we were going to do, my brain went, oh my god. And when we started, it was so yuck, but also so cool, you know? I've never done anything like that before, and I love that I got a chance to find out. But then again, I doubt that I will ever try it again.
Ah, yes, the girls' night.
Well, whatever happens on Girls' Night and all that. What did you end up doing?
What did you end up doing?
We made haggis.
I'm sad now. It sounds like something interesting, like, you know, oh, here's, you know, all this stuff. Haggis is not that bad to make. It's just made out of lamb. It's just made out of every part of a lamb. It's not gross. Unless you're making traditional haggis, it's made out of, you know, all the lamb bits and then the sheep stomach, but you don't eat the sheep stomach, it's just used as a preservative. That's why, you know, there aren't many, you know, of those left, people who make it that way. But, you know what, it's quite, you know, stupid that, you know, they're causing it, you know, disgusting, yuck. You know, they made this. It's just lamb. Like, has none of these people had, like, mince or, you know... There's that one food, I tell you. It's like cottage pie, huh? It's like what's inside a cottage pie. I guess that's something describable. But then I'm trying to describe this to Americans who don't put meat in their pies. Like, meat in pies, you know, not bad. Or, you know, meat in, you know, just something with potato. So if you're making a cottage pie, you make the mince, you put it in a big, you know, like casserole dish, and then you just shove potato on top, and then you cook it so it's like a golden brown on top, and it's nice. But I'm really annoyed that the, you know, cold haggis, you know, yuck, disgusting. Like, they made it out to sound like they were touching bugs or something. Like, I draw the line that, you know, bugs, but, you know, talking about my haggis like that. I hate bugs, I tell you. Ugh, disgusting. But, you know, talking about haggis like that, you know. I'm annoyed now. I'm annoyed.
Oh, Gesundheit.
I said haggis. It's a Scottish dish made from a sheep's liver, lungs, heart, and suet, all stuffed into a sheep's stomach.
Well, that's traditional haggis.
Fascinating traditional gourmet staple stemming from the 15th century. Would you believe?
Yes, we used to kill the
Poems have been
haggis
written about it.
until the haggis almost went extinct. Me on top of meat. Sign me up.
Meat on top of meat? Sign me up.
I have some leftover from last night, if you're interested.
It was so gross. I'll have nightmares about zombie sheep for weeks. Bleh.
What, did they actually kill a
I hate to
sheep
leave
for
you
this?
two, but I really have to sort out this
Has
delivery
none of them thought about, oh, well, just
Talk soon.
order in the,
See
you know,
have a good
stuff.
evening, Beth.
You own a restaurant.
Bye, Kay. Well, now, I really
I'm
should
very
get back to
annoyed
the
now.
grind as well.
I'm very
These New
annoyed.
Year's price reductions aren't going to fix themselves.
Like, I'm Scottish, you know. I know what haggis is. Let me check something. Ha! I've just found out something. You know how she said the 1500s? You know, 15th century. It was not the 15th century, it was 1390. The first known written recipe for haggis. It was already long before then. There's actually this creature that used to run around in the fields, but it's very uncommon now, I tell you, called the haggis. And it used to be like this tiny little thing. It's kind of, what's a Pokemon that I could say? You know, like pillow swines? You know, pre-evolution? The little tiny, like, pig-looking thing? That's like a little tiny fur ball. That, but certain ones in, like, you know, the highlands and the lowlands were very different. You know, they had a shorter leg. And some of them used to breed by running around the mountain. You know, in like a clockwise thing. And then they would breed and then they would go on their way. Something like that. It's very hard to describe, but you know what? It's very interesting, I tell you, very interesting. But it's also, you know, let's see. So, what's known written recipe for haggis in, you know, 1390 by one of the cooks for King Richard II called Africamolia. It was already existing before, I guess. You know, they decided to take some of the local recipes. The recipe calls for eggs, bread crumbs, and finally diced sheep fat with season and saffron to be stuffed in a sheep tripe and sewn securely, and then steamed or boiled. You know what? That's pretty normal. That's traditional kind of haggis. You know, steaming and boiling it. Tell you, haggis in a can is like, sometimes you get very good haggis in a can, and then sometimes it's just disgusting. But now, I'm looking at this other thing, and it says it's from 1430. First known written recipes for the dish of the name, made with orfel and herbs, and are as haggis. In Ber's cookbook, Liber Curcorum, dating from around 1430 in Lancaster, northwest England, and Haxby or Swep from a English cookbook also from, you know, circa 1430. How was modern haggis made? Modern haggis made from either lamb, beef, pork, or sometimes venison. Not really seen a venison one. No, wait, I have seen a venison one. I've never tried it though. It doesn't seem like something that interesting. But it's normally made out of lamb and all that. They use every part of the sheep. It's kind of like what the Native Americans did with the buffalo. They would use all the parts of it. But not as thorough as them. They were quite thorough. So This one, traditional haggis is made in Scotland, how it is made. To be more a little precise, a haggis is normally made up of the following ingredients: a sheep's pluck, its heart, liver and lungs, minced with onions. Who adds onions? Onions are just in everything, and it's just like, anyone thought about, you know, just stopping and not putting onions in everything? Oatmeal, sweet, it's suit, I think it's suit, S-U-E-T, salt and spices, all mixed with a stock and traditionally boiled in animal stomach for around an hour. It's not really as disgusting as, you know, you think it's gotta be. Basically, it's just sheep. Like, it just looks like a... You know what I could describe it as? It kinda reminds me of how they used to do sausage making back in the day. You know, sausage making used to be used, they used the I think they still use the intestines of an animal. So it's a lot less well, it is a lot more disgusting than, you know, haggis making. But they just make it out sounding so terrible. Haggis is quite delicious. Now, spicy haggis. I'm not a fan of spicy haggis. I'm a haggis connoisseur, I tell you. But, wait up, Beth. I want to talk to... Hold on, Beth. A quick word. Okay, rather you than me. See you soon.
Okay, rather you than me. See you soon.
Alright, see you soon, Thomas.
I can't remember what she was talking about. I'm too busy about talking about haggis. I guess we're good to talk more. I guess so. But, you know, spicy haggis is kind of like, you know, the normal thing. I really don't know who, you know, added spicy haggis to, you know, being normal. Because it's just like the worst thing ever, spicy haggis. Like, I feel like it should not be spicy. But I guess it's probably spicy because, you know, taste buds back in the day were quite, you know, strange. And they are quite strange today. Older people have these weird taste buds, I tell you. In Scotland. So, you know. Like, I've seen someone eat fish. Like, you know. Even the tiny little crumbs they ate, the whole, you know, tiny bit fell on the ground, they eat that crumb. So they have the weirdest taste buds. They don't waste. And that was family. Here we are. Nah, a little bit forwards. But, I really hate spicy haggis. I like a normal haggis, you know, nice, delicious, you know, smooth haggis. I don't like haggis that's,
Hello there.
what do you call it?
Could you be a sweetheart and bring that over to me?
Of course.
Oh, careful now. Robert cleared most of the snow, but it's still a bit slippery. Thank you so much. If only I still had the balance and agility of my feline friends. Oh, and good day to you, of course.
Good day to you, Mildred. And Genevieve.
Good day to you too, Mildred. And Genevieve.
Thomas, honestly, this isn't Genevieve. It's Mortimer. They look nothing alike. Isn't that right, Mortimer?
Oh, pardon me, I can't quite keep track of all your cats.
Well, I do have a lot of them, but not quite as many as there are streets in Providence Oaks, and you can keep those apart. So, what do you have for me today, Thomas?
Just a letter.
Let's see.
It's gotta be like our son or something.
This sounds interesting. Apparently, I need to make a few copies of this letter, and if you send this letter along with $5 to the first 6 people on this list, your name will be added to the bottom.
Soon enough, your name will rise to the top. Then many people will send you $5.
That's a scam.
You will earn lots of money with one small investment. Oh, what a great idea! What do you think, Mortimer?
That is a scam.
Mildred, that's a classic chain letter scam. Don't fall for it. No one ever got rich off of one of those. Well, except for the post office.
Are you sure, Thomas? They make it sound so easy.
There's no such thing as a free lunch, sadly.
They always do. There's no such thing as a free lunch, sadly.
$30 is quite a bit of money. I'll think about it.
You do that, Mildred. And see you at Moe's tomorrow night?
Probably. Bye, dear.
You know what? I didn't really like her in the, main game. It's, I kept having to visit her. And I was not very good at picking the right decisions. But I would not want her to get scammed, I tell you. Onwards. Onwards. Oh, but I still got one more letter to deliver all the way over there. Ah. The bait shop. Oh wait, he's not in, so it's just a free letter and then back to the post office. Or it might be back, I'm not too sure.
Another satisfied customer.
Unless it's bills.
Unless it's bills.
Yeah. Okay, well, we have the bait shop left. That'll be it's done for today, I tell you. But I got a good question for you all who are watching this episode. What's a traditional dish in your country? Mine is haggis, Scotland. But let me know some of your traditional dishes, I tell you. I remember watching a documentary a while ago, and I think it was Cambodia. I'm not too sure. But it was basically, a lot of the countries, due to dictators and all that, have really lost a lot of their traditional foods. So they're trying to reinvent all of them and try and get all the recipes back. And trying to find, historical, recipes and all that. Due to how many were destroyed during, certain people's reigns. We'll see. Kind of similar to when the Alexandria Library got
He did ask me to keep an eye on his place.
kind of similar to the
Stay in order.
Alexandria's library burning down. A lot of historical loss there. It's kind of similar to that. How many recipes got destroyed due to all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Okay, let's get this in one. I'm freezing my ass off. When Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yet we know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. In the summer months, this lake is bustling with activity. As the local fishermen cast their rods, the tourists plunk down hard-earned cash to rent a boat and spend a delightful sun-soaked day on the water. Not so during this particularly harsh winter, however. Now the watery heart of Providence Oaks finds itself completely frozen over. No, that won't do as an analogy, because now we're sort of implying the residents have grown cold-hearted during the winter. Doesn't work, doesn't scan.
Yeah. And what was with that Chekhov stuff?
I don't get it. Chekhov?
Russia.
Star Trek?
All right. Let's
Pretty
try
sure Chekhov
something
was
else.
Russian. Wasn't he a poet?
Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. How's it going?
Hey, Mr. Price. Did you enjoy the movie last night?
Hi, Mr. Price. Did you enjoy the movie last night?
Hey, listen, how about I ask you a couple of questions on camera? Just simple stuff about the town.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Great. Just move over here. Are we both in the shot?
Yeah, that's fine.
This'll be great. The lake as a backdrop. Perfect. Let's go. All right. This is...
His name is Thomas Weiss.
I knew that. Thomas and I go way back. As the local mailman for truly countless years, Thomas Weiss knows Providence Oaks like he knows the back of his own hand. So, Mr. Weiss, how would you characterize this small, cold town and its warm inhabitants?
That's easy, Connor.
That's easy, Connor.
Whether you're new in town, in the eons I've been... Whether you're new in town or not, what's clear
Whether
is...
you're new in town or have lived here for ages, what's clear is this.
This gorgeous little lake town of ours
This gorgeous little lake town of ours
seems simple. Cannot be summed up in a... Seems simple, but it has its complexities.
seems simple enough, although it's not without its complexities.
But one thing for certain,
But one thing's for certain.
when the low winter sun hits the water,
When the low winter sun hits that shimmering water just right, you realize
this is the most beautiful place imaginable.
this is the most beautiful place imaginable.
Whatever you are, or whatever you face. And whatever you are, or whatever you face, what will always ring true is...
And you'll know what will always ring true is...
This is home. Here, a goodbye never has to be a farewell.
Here, a goodbye never has to be a farewell.
And cut. Ah, that's so sweet, Thomas Weiss. Completely unusable, but sweet. I know I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, that went well, kind of. Now, let's scout out the establishing shots at the far end of the pier.
Tried my
Let's go,
best.
Connor.
Aye, aye, Captain.
We're starting to
Gabe,
find our
you
ground.
can take 5. My advice would be to take those 5 in the van, to reduce the risk of any further ass freezing off incidents.
Noted. Thanks, Ilsa.
Yeah, it was not the best. Might as well talk to them now.
Mr. Weiss. Thomas, sir.
Hi, Gabriel. What's up?
Just that, well, we'll be ringing in the new year right here in Providence Oaks. So, my mom is shipping over my tuxedo. Can you make sure it arrives okay? She says she clearly marked the package Serrano Room 2.
Of course. Mailman's promise.
Any reason you want to look your best? So, how did you and Ilsa like the movie?
So, how did you and Ilsa like the movie?
Oh man, it was beautiful. Heavy stuff though. At the end, Ilsa totally had tears in her eyes. And well, so did I. There is something else I wanted to ask you about. I guess I'm curious. How did you, like, woo your wife?
She's my high school sweetheart.
It's pretty simple and cliched. She's my high school sweetheart. I took her to the fairy tale dance. We snuck off to smooch under the bleachers, and the rest is ancient history. But I'm guessing that doesn't help you with what you really want to know.
You want to know if you have a shot with Ilsa?
You want to know if you have a shot with Ilsa.
Keep it down. Don't mention her name.
Uh,
But It's just, you seem like a wise man, Weiss man. I really appreciate your advice.
What you need to do is just be yourself.
Okay then.
You're the perfect way in
My
her eyes.
advice
Is to follow your heart.
is to think about how things felt last night. Let that guide your decision. It might sound corny, but you can't go wrong following your heart.
Wow. And is that your definitive judgment?
Absolutely, that's the best I can do.
Absolutely. That's the best I can do.
All done. Hey, what are you two schmoozing about?
A mailman never tells. Making a Gabriel's New Year's Eve attire. A mailman never tells.
Mailman never tells.
Excellent. Now start the engine, Gabriel. We're rolling out pronto. Man alive, it's cold today.
On it, Mr. Price. Thanks, Thomas. You've been a huge help. So, take good care of that tux, yeah?
Will do. Bye, folks.
Been quite an enjoyable episode so far, I tell you. I guess this might be the last episode, or near to the last episode. Didn't expect it to be that soon, I tell you. Well, let's deliver this last letter, I tell you. Then we can get our butt out of here,
That's it
because
for
it's
today.
freezing.
Back to the post office.
You know what? There's always something about Lake that, you know, even in this DLC, there's just something satisfying about it, I tell you. Maybe it's just the art style, just, you know, talking to people. I'm not the best at doing, you know, like that interview thing, as I try and fit, you know, different stuff together, but you know what? I wish you could see, you know, what could be the next answer. Or, you know, you could go backwards a little bit. Like a what if. Because I feel like I could have made that conversation a lot better. Onwards. I will also double check to save. Don't know what that loading problem was down there, I tell you. That's such a piercing pain in the, what do you call it, left finger there.
Hey Thomas,
Like a
have
pin.
you seen Jack?
Yep, yesterday night in my kitchen. Nope, how did it go with Morgan?
I haven't, Frank. How did it go with Morgan?
Didn't happen yet, but I need Jack to pull it off. I'm a sitting duck right now. I'm toast if Morgan suddenly shows up.
Yeah, 'cause maybe I can help out.
Thanks. Maybe I can help out?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sorry for interrupting your conversation. Mr. Coleman, I see you've managed to be present at the job position you're currently holding. I think it's time you and I had a little chat inside the office.
Mr. Morgan, it's so good to see you again. A little chat sounds wonderful. But I'm afraid there's an extremely urgent parcel I have to deliver right now. So stay put, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
You can stay right here, Frank. I'm sure Mr. Weiss would be happy to deliver that package for you. Right, Thomas?
Let's just go to Mo's. And talk it all over like adults.
I've got a better idea. Let's just go to Mo's, have a few beers, and talk it all over like adults.
Excuse me, sir? Hi. Hello. I heard you were looking for a guy in a light blue shirt with a mustache to purchase illegal fireworks in the parking lot of the post office. Well, you found him.
Illegal fireworks? Who do you think I am?
Sir, you don't have to keep your guard up. Frank and Thomas here both know me very well, and I'm sure they won't tell a soul about what you're doing right now. So, what will it be? I've got rockets, Roman candles, fountains, sparklers. I even have barrages that'll give you a fireworks extravaganza that you won't ever forget.
I think there must be a misunderstanding here. Please don't put Mr. Morgan in this position. If people walk by and see this, they might snitch on him and get him into trouble. He could even lose his job over this.
I don't think he's interested.
Yeah, why don't you go inside so you can do your dealings without all these prying eyes around?
I'll tell you what will happen now. I'm going to get in my car, start the engine, drive home, and pretend I did not just spend 3 days in Providence Oaks for absolutely nothing.
Sir, if you take a left at the deer statue, you'll eventually pass my barn, and I can fill your trunk there in just 1 minute. Do you have cash on hand?
Gentlemen, I'll be back next year. Frank Coleman, your luck will run out one day.
I wouldn't bet on it. Tally ho, Morgan.
Didn't last time. Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Thanks, guys. I owe you one.
Oh, that, you know what? I saw that he would appear, and he did appear. I was just trying to figure out what would be the best option. It's hard thinking, you know. I wish there was a little button that, you know, told you, like, well, this is what it's got to sound like.
Oh, hi, Maureen. If you're looking for Emily, she's at the motel right now.
I was actually looking for you, Thomas. I don't know what to do with this Nancy situation. I get so worked up just thinking about it. That usually gets in the way of doing the right thing, you know? I need to talk to someone who's a bit more emotionally detached from the situation.
Sorry, but I don't want to get caught in this. How can I help, Maureen?
How can I help you, Maureen?
Simply put,
Is the wire going through his neck?
I should give in to that.
Oh, you see that bit there?
Carlisle and her overpriced snacks.
Oh, it's his
Tell that woman
glasses.
to take a hike. But then we'll end up with a lackluster New Year's Eve party.
Well, snacks, easy choice for me. Party is about having a good time with people you like.
A party is about having a good time with people you like. Who cares if the snacks aren't great?
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to think as well. But I just don't like to disappoint people.
It's understandable. People will understand that you have to draw a line.
It may not be the perfect party, but people will understand that you had to draw a line in the sand.
I think you're onto something there, Thomas. I'm not yet totally sure what I'm gonna do, but at least my mind's at ease now.
Yeah.
Thanks for lending me your ear and advice. You're a doll.
Takes one to know one, Maureen.
It takes one to know one, Maureen.
I don't think she'll let. Open agenda. New Year Eve party. Stay home and watch TV. I wish you could go out, I tell you. I really wish that was an option, because why include the stay home if you're not gonna go out? It really, you know, annoys me. I'll read a book.
The yo-yo started out as a weapon in the Philippines during the 16th century, before being introduced to the United States as a toy in 1929. It weighed 4 pounds and had a 20-foot cord. Australian rower Bobby Pierce won the 1928 Olympic Games against 8
the previous
competitors.
king before Queen Victoria liked, well,
ducks
actually I think it was
pass in front.
Waterloo, the guy from Waterloo who liked yo-yos, probably. Can't remember if that's a true fact there, but just a little bit of, you know, history talk there. Okay, well, hopefully you did enjoy this. Let me save. There we go. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, safe, hope it is helpful, maybe some more shows, think it's very important. And bye bye, see you next time, everybody, see you, bye bye.